Good evening, I'm Shameka Neely. The revenue report for the first month of the state's 2012 fiscal year was released today. Experts say even though it exceeded budget projections, it's still important to remember the figures only represent 1 month.
The state collected about $1 billion in July. That's an 11% increase over the same month a year ago. The figure also represents a collection of more than $23 million forecasters did not expect. Still, IU Public and Environmental Affairs professor John Mikasel, who helped prepare the revenue forecast, says that does not necessarily mean the state now has a lot of extra money. He says the state was already expecting an increase over last year.
If you look at the forecast upon which the budget was built versus the result from that year, this fiscal year, the increase is only 2.3%. So it's not a very large increase over what the state was expecting.
July's figures do follow a trend of higher than projected revenue collections than expected. Mikasel says it's still a time to be fiscally responsible.
It's far better than many other states are faring, but we're not finished with our economic problems in the nation and probably in the state as a whole.
The state maintains a reserve of about $1.2 billion. For WTIU News, I'm Sarah Whitmire.
10 Indiana University Wells Library employees were laid off due to budget shortfalls. IU's Communication Workers of America President Bryce Smedley called on IU President Michael McRobbie to give up the majority of his salary increase for the upcoming year. Smedley says IU support staff continue to be the lowest paid among the Big Ten schools, receiving only a 1.5% salary raise this fiscal year. Holiday World has begun construction on a new water coaster that will be the largest in the world, named the Mammoth. The coaster will travel a third of a mile and utilize new hydromagnetic technology. The $9 million ride will feature a 5-story initial drop, and the magnets will give riders the feel of defying physics, says President Dan Cook, by pulling the rafts up from the hills. The ride is expected to open in May of 2012.